Welcome. I don't know if I'm supposed to look here or here. I think I'm supposed to look right here. But welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing lapidary on my beautiful Highland Park 8-inch CB8 machine. I started out cutting on a 1968 Highland Park B12 combo unit that had 5 wheels and a 10-inch saw, all ran on a half horsepower motor, which was try cutting a piece of turquoise on a 10-inch blade run by a half horsepower motor. It was bad. But anyways, I'm going to go over some, how I do things, how I got started, why I got started. And, when I did start, I had so many questions, burning questions. And I was even though I had been on Instagram a long time, I was new to the whole lapidary scene. So I didn't know anybody on Instagram in the lapidary field that I felt like I could ask questions to. There were a few, like Jason, Indigenized. He helped me out quite a bit on wheel grits and a few other things. Sent me rough. I mean, just, he did to me all the things that I do to new lapidary artists to help them get going. Even when it comes down to this machine, which I am madly in love with this machine. This machine is a freaking powerhouse workhorse. It allows me to crank out, if my wheels are new, with 8-inch wheels and the speed and power at which this thing runs, I can crank out 35 to 50 cabs a day, depending on what material I'm cutting. But, what was I saying? I don't even remember. But, but at the beginning, I didn't know anything about anything. I've been a silversmith, so I knew what a good cab, a nice, easy cab, a well-cut cab was. I did know that because I had been a silversmith for so long. And then, so I kind of had an idea of what I was shooting for as far as like my cuts. But I didn't know wheel grits. I didn't know how to back. I had no idea about stabilizing. But I picked up all those things very quickly, only because every single time I came to a question I had, I just figured it out. I just figured it out somehow. I just used logic. I mean, fine, like stabilizing and technical stuff like that. I would read about it online on different forums. I never really found really good YouTube videos on anything lapidary related, which is one of the reasons why I felt compelled to start this channel. No, I mean, there's some good video, like John Hartman, his Durango. His one video about backing was the only thing that I really learned anything worthwhile from YouTube when I first started lapidary. I did everything he said. The plexiglass, let it cure. The only thing I didn't do that he says is I didn't use DevCon. I chose to use JB Weld, and I'm actually currently in the midst of switching my backing. So I'll even cover that too when I get my other backing material in. It's not DevCon, it's another product. But, I just feel like I can help a lot of people with questions, with answers to questions that I know, if you're new to lapidary, questions that you're gonna have. It's inevitable. Like, just covering basic things like wheel grits. How do you even know which ones? Why do I use a hard 600 and not a soft one like all the machines come with? That's why I liked Highland Park, because they weren't forcing your hand on what wheels. And, you know, there's a big argument out there. Oh, Cab King's the better machine. Oh, no, Johnson Brothers is the better machine. Oh, no, Diamond Pacific's best. No, Highland Park's best. The bottom line is that whatever you can afford, I mean, you can reach out to me privately and I'll explain to you why I'm a Highland Park. You know, I have the Highland Park trim saw, the Highland Park. I started out on Highland Park. And I always tell people it's like sneakers. If you like Nikes and Nikes fit your feet, that's what you're always going to buy. And Highland Park equipment works with the way my brain works. It's all external. You got your pulley, you got your belt, you got your motor. Anything that breaks on this machine, I can literally go down to the hardware store and fix it myself. Whereas when your Cab King breaks, you might have to put it in a box and pay it to ship it to Cab King, you know? So there's reason, but see, a Cab King is very quiet and not as messy. So there's pros and cons to every machinery out there. And I'm just going to explain the things about my journey in lapidary and what I do in lapidary. And feel free to comment, and in the comments just say, no, I do it differently. Great, that's awesome. Maybe someone will read your comment and be like, hey, I like how that person does that, not how Erica does it. You know what I mean? Because like there's a million different ways to do a million different things. So just remember that. But I'm very excited to get this channel going. I've got my microphone ordered. I've got my tripod ordered. And we're going to dive in head first. So thank you for being here. Where do I look?